When you're trying to tell someone about Jesus, a lot of times, especially in evangelism classes, what they want to do is they want to tell you like, hey, you got to lead them in the sinner's prayer. And like, that's the end goal. But a lot of times when you're having a conversation with someone, that conversation is not going to start. You're not going to be able to start at one point and then lead them all the way to Christ in just one conversation. It's not like you're going to be able to give them a Bible tract and then they're going to make the decision to start following Jesus in 15 minutes. That's not how it works. It used to work, and it may have worked, 50, 60 years ago, but it doesn't work that way now. And so what you need to do is when you're having these conversations with people is that everyone is on a spectrum going from -5 to +5, okay? And 0 is the point of salvation. -5 is where the people, that's an atheist, they're so far away from God that like even if all their questions were answered, they would still not believe it because they just don't want to. And so that person, you're not going to get them up to the salvation point, probably ever. And then when you get closer and closer, those are the people that are more likely to accept Jesus. So a person in a -1, you probably can bring them all the way up to that line. Similarly, a person all the way at +5 is a person that so believes in Jesus, that so believes in what's going on. There's no way you're going to get them all the way over to the atheist side. It's just not going to happen because they're so bought into what's happening. And so when you're talking to someone about Jesus and trying to build a relationship with them and just share the love of Jesus with them, there are some people where you're going to be able to take them from that -1 to 0, that 0 to 1, which is great. But there's other times where just like, hey, you just put a little chink in the armor where you move them from -4 to -3, or you move them from -3 to -2. And so as long as we keep that in mind, we won't get discouraged when we don't. Every conversation you have with someone about Jesus is not a failure just because they didn't accept Jesus in that conversation. You're just moving them closer and closer to him, and you're allowing the Holy Spirit to work.